water is life when it comes to fish farming. The proper management and preservation of water is very paramount if you want to be successful in your fish farming journey. And if you also want to make enough profits by maximizing the use of your fish water, then you need to stay watching this video. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the things that causes water wastage in your farm and how to manage that. And if you do so, you are going to have proper maintenance and water management and water preservation, which in the long run is going to reduce the cost of production. Because apart from feed, the next most highest cost of production is water, especially if you are not using recirculating aquatic system or irrigation systems. Before I give you the first thing that causes water lossage in your farm, let me share a personal life experience with you. On the 24th of December 2024, I visited a collect fish farm. And when I got to the farm and I inspected the pond, it was a concrete pond. I noticed that the back of the pond was empty and dried, and all the water came down to the outlet side because the construction was done such a way that the slope was higher. So all the water came down there, leaving the back even dry. There wasn't water. So all the fish were forced to move to where the outlet is, and that's where they were. So when I inquired, the caretaker of the farm told me that this is what's happening these days. When they fetch water into the pond, within 3 4 days, the water will all escape and it will left with small, and that small will be at the side. The reason is that we are in the Hamatan season, and during Hamatan season, evaporation is very high. So that is the number one cause of water wastage or water escape, evaporation. Evaporation is where the water is turned into a gas and escape into the atmosphere. In other words, evaporation is the vaporization of water into the atmosphere. This is done, it could be caused by excessive heat, that's sunlight, or speedy wind, like Hamatan as we are in now. And during this period, it is not only fish ponds that evaporate, even water bodies. And sometimes you find dams and rivers dry. Yes, so these are the consequences. So the first thing is evaporation. So try to find protections such as provision of shades or protected from winds, and that can maximize or reduce the rate of evaporation. And that you can make maximum use of the water that you have. The second thing is leakage. Fish ponds, tarpaulin concrete, and most of the ponds are leaking. So leakage and seepage is what is also causing water lossage in farm. When the water is escaping through cracks or holes, we say they are leaking. And when it is escaping by sinking or losing into the sand through earthen pond, we call it is seepage. So that's seepage. So seepage happens in earthen ponds, but leakages happen in tarpaulin concrete and other type of pond aquaculture. So to make sure that you avoid leakages, always construct the pond in the size or in a manner that there will not be chance for it to leak. Make sure there are no cracks, there are no holes, and the size and the shape of the pond should make such a way that water will not be easily get lost in the pond. If you do this, you will be able to solve the problem of water leakage. The third cause of water wastage is the activities of predators and wildlife. Predators are fish-eating animals that descend into the water bodies and pick fish. So the activities of them and the wildlife, when they enter and they force, the fish are agitated and themselves are trying to pick up. So they force. If the pond water is full or always full, you will see the water spilling out. So such activities can cause water wastage. And even so, when they pick up the fish, sometimes they contaminate the water body or the fish pond water. And when they contaminate it, you have no option than to change the water. So discarding all the water and putting in new water is also part of water wastage. So try to prevent predators from accessing your farm, and in that way, you can be able to minimize the wastage of water through predators. We also have overflowing, and overflowing happens when you fill in the pond more than the capacity. The pond is very filled till some of the water is draining down. And sometimes, not even the water draining down. There are times too when you are feeding your fish and the fish are rushing or they're energetic. Such behavior, when the pond is filled, you will see the water spilling out. And that is also another cause of wastage of water. So try to make sure that you do not fill your pond to the maximum. Personally, what I do is that I filled the pond, leaving 1 inch unfilled, and that 1 inch unfilled will be okay. So water will be difficult to split out of the pond. Drainage and spillage is also cause of water loss. Drainage, for instance, if you don't have proper drainage system in your farm, especially earthen pond, and when it happens, there's a heavy rainfall and there's flood, and because there's no proper drainage system, the water is going anyhow. This can cause erosion. This can cause flooding, and that can take out the water in the pond, and even you can even lose your fish through that. Another way of water wastage is the change of the water, the frequent change of water. If you stock your fish higher, for instance, if the quantity of the feed that you have stocked is higher, it means that you have to frequently change the water in the pond, unless you are using the recycled aquatic system or filtration system or aeration system. And you can contact us to give you a good filtration and aeration system where you will not be changing your water all the time, and also you will be able to make sure your fish grow well. So now if you don't have these systems and then you frequently change the water in the pond, it is also going to cause you a lot of water loss in the farm. For instance, like I said earlier, if you overstock your fish, if you have more fish, in the pond, it means that at the most every week you need to change the water. Every 3 4 days you need to change the water. So the frequent draining out of the water and putting in new water is a great loss of water in your farm. So if you don't have enough water in your farm, this is going to cost you a lot. So to overcome that, like I said, you need to implement the filtration system or aeration system method, where the in-soil particles will be filtered and reuse the same water, and oxygen will be added. And that one, it can take few months or even throughout a production cycle, and you not change the water. Please, yes, we provide that services. You can contact us. We can make a beautiful filtration system for you. Thank you very much. Now, if you implement these measures, or if you try to avoid these things that causes water wastage, you are going to save another cost or another money for important things instead of changing the water. And what are the things? To summarize, we can talk about evaporation. We can talk about activities of predators. We talk about leakages of ponds or seepage. We can talk about spillage of water and anything that will make water loose in your farm. So please, If you found value in the video, please all I need from you is subscribe to the channel, like the video and share. Please subscribe to the channel. This page or this channel is dedicated for sharing fish farming tips. And I do it because I'm a fish farmer myself. So I give information based on my personal experience and my research. So subscribe and let's grow our fish together. And if you find value, don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Abdulaziz Issa, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.